I'm audio. Let's go. Let's see what we got. Oh yeah, I didn't build anything, did I? I just researched a big ship. I have to get the missile one next. Well, more about that when I do it, I guess. Because I don't have anything in mind right now. Let me check my admiral's health. I think they're all pretty good. Yep. And that means we are going to attack M Tiger. This place isn't very hard either. I'm gonna get the new girl from here as well. I guess I'll explain her stuff. That's fine. You might disagree with me keeping education girl behind. I don't even remember her name. She's so uninteresting to me. But she's staying behind. And this is the scene talking about Togo getting his daughter on the ship, I believe. I don't know for sure. I mean, forgive me, it was only, you know, 2 boxes of dialogue. Being able to discern that is pretty impressive, right? So, anyway, Togo's daughter is a stowaway, and this brings up a part of the story, let me call it that. It's not, in my opinion, it's not bad, it's just, it's kind of an interesting way to handle terrible players, but the game is already easy enough as it is, you know what I mean? Like, okay, well, when Maki's in your fleet, when she's on board Togo's ship, the ship is immune to all damage, so you basically get a free win unless you've got downs or something wrong with you, and she, shows up when you're behind. I think that's what it says on the wiki. I've never had her more than once. I only ever get her, like, right at the beginning of the game, and that's it. Or maybe once against Gamerica, but they might also be the same thing, because I usually fight Gamerica towards the beginning of the game. Ordinarily, I use my Maki, you know, on my first attack into Gamerica, which is usually the territory that I've already taken, if you follow me. So, getting her now, I guess I'm just a turn ahead of schedule, but yeah, so it completely trivializes this even more. I mean, it's already easy, but, you know, like, I can just send Togo now, you know, Maki, on board, question mark, what's it do? Well, it reveals what it does. I guess she can go, well, no. Well, I'll decide later, let's see. He's got nothing, so Raizo can handle that. I don't even need to attack them. They have nothing there for me, and their influence is only 2, so you can pretty much ignore them. I think. Not really positive, to be honest with you. Oh, she's good for that. But I'll take this out anyway, maybe. No, I'm not gonna have the units too. Fuck it, it doesn't matter. Mugen will just get owned, unless they target Togo, which is a possibility. So... no, I still won't do it, because the possibility isn't very good. I feel like in the past I've had better units than this. Whatever, I'll just do this. I win anyway. But, I mean, this battle can be a little tricky, I guess, because the enemy units have so much health in the top section. Or the planet side fleet, whatever you want to call it. In any case, it's still not hard. You can still do it with powerful laser ships. Easy win. Did I mention that, Shibagami has anti-missile? So he gets hurt less by missiles just by default? I don't know if I mentioned that. Anyway, that's the case, so... now you know. Oh, but Maki makes the cutest sound ever when she disarms a shot. That dialogue is just her protecting you. So, hopefully they attack Togo so you can hear that. Hi, yeah! Or whatever she says. I don't know. 30 damage, god I hate doing that. I'm so sorry everyone. Nice. Maki, minus 9999. So cute. So cute. Moe. Maki is Moe. Teko. Done. And you take over the planet, and you get Rashahara. And then you're good to go. Oh yeah, Percival was in the other fleet. I guess I'll talk about him. He was defending a British colony in World War II, and he was so fucking bad at his job. He surrendered, basically, and a huge amount of units for the British army were just gone because he was so fucking horrible at everything he did. Like, I wish I remember the specifics. Unfortunately, I don't. But I mean, that's the gist of it. He's one of the few people you know, a lot of people are like, I sure hope I'm known in history for something great. Percival was not one of those people. In fact, I'm sure he wishes that that history would forget his failure, because it was spectacular and extremely noteworthy. I think it was like the biggest loss in British military history. So, the biggest surrender or something like that. I'm almost positive it was something along those lines, but again, I don't remember. It's kind of surprising how much you forget just doing stuff. I mean, I knew a lot about World War II like a while ago, and it's all slipped my mind now. Still remember the basics though, so I guess that's good enough. Maybe it won't bore everyone to death that way, right? Well, not much going on here. I guess I can talk about this girl while this scene goes on, even though she's not recruited until you talk to her in the other phase, you know what I mean? So, I think she's a bad laser unit. I don't remember exactly. I think she's good with missiles and cannons. I usually make her a missile unit from past experience. So that's what I'm doing. I don't know if you need to be Japanization to get her, but, well, she mentions it. But I don't know, to be honest with you. She's not someone that I prioritize recruiting because I don't really care. So, when I've done other routes, I wouldn't have even paid attention to whether or not I tried to get her, you know what I mean? So, that's how that goes. Anyway, she's kind of cute. I don't like the military outfit that she has at all. I hate that. Anyway, I'll just keep going and skip it. Events phase, and I will talk to... God, I hate this. Okay, let me think. It's easier to just go with the recruitment of people, but I don't want to do that necessarily. Like, Discovery Mission isn't really that big of a deal. Well, I'll talk about it when I do it, because I plan on doing it, so... But you don't need to, it's not like it's a big priority. Reduced dev cost is kind of important. You want to do that when you have the money. Issue bonds gives you money, you can do that twice. I guess I'll just recruit fucking... I'll get him. And I think this is Japanese, yep. So I'll get this guy, and then next turn I'll get another admiral, and so on. Ugaki Sakura. I'm not going to use him to fight. I'm literally going to station him in a comm boat on the border, and that's the end of it. I will do nothing else with him. I don't even think he's good. I mean, for fighting, I don't think he's good. You use him exactly for what I'm using him for, and that's it. Okay. More of this. It's good though, right? Yeah. I mentioned that this is one of the best themes in the game. So. Alright, I guess I'll talk about... I guess I can talk about Hitler now, can't I? Well... Yeah, there's enough time to go over it, probably, my opinion. Anyway, he was pretty terrible. That's generally accepted. I mean, there are a few crazy people who think he was a cool guy, but there needs to be some elaboration on these things. I think he's somebody that should be, like, I don't know. He's sort of inspirational, if that makes any sense. I have to explain it, obviously, because otherwise I sound really, really bad, right? Hitler's inspirational. Well, no. You see, you have to look at what he did and have, like, an ability to kind of respect what he did in a way, because you couldn't do it yourself. Like, he took a country that was, like, shackled down by all these treaties and whatever, and, like, started taking over the world. Okay, I mean, he's a bad dude, but that's pretty impressive. You know, you have to admit that. And, like, his sphere of influence was ridiculous. He was able to do so much with the people that he knew. And he was really, like, I guess he optimized everything to get what he wanted done. You know, and that's pretty much it there. I mean, there aren't too many examples from history where someone was able to do something like that, you know, on such a grand scale. I mean, he was against all odds the whole time, so that's why it's impressive to me. Not necessarily a good thing, but I mean, I don't want to talk about all the different war stuff that I was going to mention now either, but, no, wait, I'll wait for the next Germany thing, because... Or should I just keep going? I guess I could keep going. It doesn't really matter. Anyway, well, it's going to be ranty. It's not going to be about the game because it's just going on. So I don't want to be ranty. That's the problem. I mean, don't misunderstand me, though. I think he was very bad. Like, well, I guess I can segue into what I was going to say like that. Hitler was a bad guy because he was going for global hegemony, which is really important. And it'll basically have to happen on Earth at some point in time. Ideally it would happen. It's something that I've thought about a lot when I was taking philosophy classes and things, and I think global hegemony is like a good goal that the human race should look for, but that really detracts a lot from what I'm saying originally, right? Well, if Hitler had actually conquered most of the world, he wouldn't be viewed as a bad guy, even if he went through all the means to, like, eradicate, you know, quote-unquote lesser races and things. People would forget about that. I mean, it's happened in history already, you know? I mean, look at what past civilizations have done to other civilizations. They've eradicated them, and we've more or less forgotten about how bad that was. A lot of us are ancestors and products of those civilizations that wiped out other ones, and I just don't think he went about it the right way, and most people don't. I'd say, what, 95% of the world thinks Hitler went about it the wrong way? But, you know, ultimately, he was the last person in a long time that went for world domination, so... You know, global hegemony doesn't have to happen by all the civilizations being wiped out and ruled by one ultimate civilization. Like, the United Nations being created was a step toward global hegemony and things like that. Hopefully it's hegemony and not hegemony. No, it's not hegemony. No way in hell. So, that's where that comes from. I think I only spent 4 minutes talking not about the game, but this is kind of an important scene where Ratius sends you donuts. It's donuts in game, donuts in real life. Basically the same. I don't know. It's hard to, like, formulate proper... Like, it's hard for me to go from brain to mouth to mic with my opinions on, like, Hitler and World War II, because I have to be really careful. Because I know Americans, at least, are, you know... Like, I was raised in a house where it doesn't matter, like, if this person who did a bunch of bad things also did one good thing, everything they did has to be looked at as bad, you know? Like, I don't know, like, what the hell? Okay, well, I mean, like I already said, Hitler, you know, he did a lot of, like, really ridiculously good things, and I can look at those ridiculously good things that he did and be like, you know, I can respect that, while knowing that he was a terrible person. A lot of Americans can't do that, so it's really tough talking about this stuff with real people usually. Because, like, I mean, it's like that with a lot of political things and whatever. It's the same way with gay marriage and stuff. You can't even... I'd say 80% of the Americans I've encountered will just, react totally irrationally in a conversation about anything like that. You could bring up Arrogay and they'd be like, what's Arrogay? And you'd be like, well, it's a porn video game. Porn video game? Just get a girlfriend. Just get a girlfriend. You know? And they won't even talk about it anymore. They don't care what the game's like. They don't care if it's a fun game. They don't care if the story is enlightening or enriching. Oh, it's got porn in it. Fuck it. Pathetic person plays a game like that. And it might sound like I'm exaggerating, but I'm not. I guess I'm done talking about that stuff, because I'll just completely... I might even repeat myself later on with it, because I didn't hit home on it right now, so... whatever. But she arrives in Japan in, like... I don't know, a couple turns. I already mentioned she's a sub-unit. She's a good unit. I'll use her all the time. She's probably going to be one of the first units I get to level 10. I still haven't talked about experience or levels yet, have I? Oh well, I will. My headset's sitting in the hot sun, I don't like that. Had to move it. But, yeah. I mean, it's kind of weird they don't translate a lot of the bad stuff about Germany or Japan into this game. Any of it, really. Oh my god, this is happening in this part too, huh? Well, guys, enjoy. I really like the music. I'll talk a little bit about Italy, too. Everyone knows Italy was a fuck-up in World War II, comparatively. They invaded Africa right away. You'll see that happening soon. And basically... gave Germany a bunch of shit, just like they do in the game. Italy was very incompetent compared to Germany and Japan in World War II. It didn't get much done. And I mean, obviously, I'm saying that as somebody who's never run a country, let alone waged war, but, you know. We'll talk about Mussolini, too. I don't usually like the big-breasted mom types, but, you know. She's kinda okay. I remembered her having a really good age scene. I don't think we'll see it, but whatever. Anyway, this music's really good. Not a big surprise, right? I'll just let this whole thing go. Basically, in game, Italy is the only Axis power that's portrayed as like shitty, because they also were in real life. Like I said, they didn't, you know. I mean, look at what they're saying here. I don't know if you read it or not, but it's basically Italy doesn't do anything. They just fuck off all day long. And you'll see more of that later on. But whatever. Oh, and the giant pig in the background is called Pierto or something. He was the original ruler of Itarin. And I don't think there's any real-life reference to him and some other guy. Obviously, Itarin Mussolini's based on Benito, but kinda loosely, I mean... whatever. Oh, Benito got killed in real life by... well, I think he was killed by Russians, and then he was hung in public on a meat hook for everyone to see. The Russians were not very nice to people, so... you know. But, well, he had it coming, I guess. I'll just skip this. Because, I mean, as much as I like the opening scene for Itarin, what the fuck? Hawaii star system. God, there's a lot. Oh, no, we are not sitting through this. Dialogue scenes with this bitch are the longest ones in the game, and they are the least rewarding. I'm just going to tell you that right now. We'll see more of her later on. All you need to know is that she's a reporter, and I am not going to deal with her scenes, because they're extremely boring. I don't even think she's an admiral. I think she has a scene. She goes all over the goddamn place, but she's... oh, what is she like? She's like something from Rants. I can compare her to something. She's, oh, maybe I can't. I'm thinking she's most similar to the Haniwa. You know, and just the stupid shit that they did in Sengoku Reigns. She's just all over the place all the time. But this game already has Honeywell. So, you know. Alright, well, okay. This is really bad of me. You guys might not like this, but I'm going to end it on knock knock, okay? That's where I'm going to end this part. In the middle of an Aries scene on knock knock. So, forgive me, but that's it.